All right, guys. Thanks for joining the session. Let's start our session without any further delay. Sorry for a little bit delay. So today we are going to start this FortiGate session. So we'll try to understand what is a FortiGate firewall, how we can do the configuration step by step of this FortiGate firewall. We try to understand why this firewall is very important, right? So we'll try to explore from very basic to the advanced level. So just we are starting today. So we'll have just, basic discussion about the firewall fundamentals. We'll try to understand why this firewall is very important. We try to understand how this firewall is going to look like, what the course content we are going to cover throughout this journey, and why you should learn this FortiGate firewall or any other firewall. What is the future demand of these firewalls, right? So before I start, right, just let me talk something about yourself, right? So might be I'm assuming you all guys having good experience in terms of the networking and security. Might be you're working for the level 1, level 2, or level 3, and you're here to just upgrade yourself to get a good professional growth, and also you want to become some good role position in your future careers. That's why we're here. So definitely, right, this firewall is going to be a game changer for you because as per the industry requirement, we have a lot of demand for the firewall engineers, right? So before I start, anyone have any question in your mind you want to discuss, like anything coming in your mind and you want to discuss? So we can have a chit chat before I can start, or everyone is good to start as per my timeline and content. I can see Suraj joined, Satyam, Ravi, Ram, right? Rajkumar. Most people are already joined Parth, right? Armagan. So anyone have any question, guys? Anyone just have anything in your mind? Okay, good. So I'm just considering no questions at all. So let's start our discussion without any further delay. So might be you guys are aware there are a lot of vendor available in the market, right? We have a lot of firewalls available in the market. Likewise, we can talk about the firewall. That's the FortiGate firewall. We have the Palo Alto firewall, right? We have the Checkpoint firewall. We have the Cisco ASA firewall. We have the Sophos firewall, right? And other vendor also available in the market. But these are the firewalls, basically not this. These are the firewall top 1, 2, 3, and top 4 firewall. So these firewalls are going to be used most of the organizations. But these all firewall, even suppose you can just consider for time being, are known as the next generation firewall, right? Why the next generation firewall? We have to understand step by step why this is going to be next generation firewall. But any firewall which you are going to use in our industry, they all are known as the next generation firewall. So if you are going to learn either of the firewall, you're going to become next generation security engineer because you have something very powerful in your skill set. By using that, you can work on the every layer of the OSI model. Means in a packet, we have the lot of informations, right? And let me talk about. So we have the source MAC address, we have the destination MAC address, we have the source port, we have the destination port, we have the source IP. Sorry for my bad. Let me clear it. This should be. Let me draw something else. So if you guys are aware about the OSI layer have the lot of information about the any packets. So let's talk about this is your packet. These packets having the multiple like source MAC, we have the destination MAC, we have the source IP address, we have the destination IP address, we have the source port, we have the destination port, we have the applications, and some additional data also going to be happen. And then finally, you have the payload. That is actually your data, which is going to be processed throughout your networking. So this is basically known as the IP packet. So if you're going to become the next generation network engineer, then this is known as a layer 2. This is known as a layer 3 of the OSI layer. This is known as layer 4 of the OSI layer. And this is known as the your layer 7 of the OSI layer. So if you're talking about the OSI layer or TCP/IP layer, so just take an OSI layer. So we have the physical, that is the physical layer. Then we have the data link layer. Then we have the network layer. Then we have the transport layer. Then we have the session layer. Then we have the presentation layer. And then we have the application layer. So this is the layer 7. This is layer 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. In OSI model, this layer is going to happen, and these layers are basically as the blueprint of the any communication, but this has been further classified in the layer 4, and that is known as the TCP/IP model. That is the actual model where actual data transmission is going to be happen based on that TCP/IP. This is just a blueprint. But still, you can think if you are going to become a next generation engineer, that means a firewall is going to be processed every time. Any packet is going to hit to the firewall via the physical layer. That is, a cable is going to be your physical layer. This is the cable. This is the cable. So this is going to be connected via the physical. Then your MAC is going to be processed. Your IP is going to be processed. Your port number is going to be processed. Your application is going to be processed, some additional field, and then your finally data payload is going to be processed. So if you are the next generation engineer, then you have to understand each and every packet information which is going to process by the your any firewalls. Means you have to work on the layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer 7, 6, and 5 are just going to be hidden because they just work in between the 4 and 7. So you're not going to find that layer packet and the data. That's the content even. So these firewall or next generation firewall, they are going to basically inspect whatever traffic is going through your network, and whatever the information they have, entire information is going to be inspected by your firewalls. That's why you're going to become a next generation firewall engineer. So either you are going to do FortiGate, you're going to do Palo Alto, you're going to do the checkpoint, you're going to Cisco ASA and suppose you have the similar kind of the fundamental. Now the most question is going to come in your mind, which firewall is suitable for me? Shall I go and do the FortiGate, Palo Alto, checkpoint, Cisco, or any other vendor firewall? In my point of view, any next generation firewall, if you're going to do that, that is going to add a value to become a security engineer. Any firewall you can just complete your learning and you're going to become the security engineer. But which one is going to be more best for you? That's you have to decide based on some research, or I can help you to decide. So you can think about in markets, we have the multiple brand of the phones are available, right? We have the iPhones available. We have the Nokia phone available. We have the like Samsung phone available. We have the MI phone available. We have the Vivo phone available. So every brand is selling the phones, right? Every brand is selling the phone. This is MI, this is the Vivo. So let's take a 5 brand is there. Now it's my decision which brand I'm going to purchase. So which are the factor you have to going to consider when you're going to purchase any phone? The main factor is the cost. The cost is going to be main factor. Means if you don't have the money, then you cannot buy the any phone. So that's first you have the money. Then you have to talk about the features, right? Then you have to talk about the phone, right? How they are stables, how their performance is going to be stable, how they have the extra features, how can they process their multitasking they can do or not, right? So multitasking stuff, you are going to do that. So we have the first major concern is the cost, and the fifth might be you can consider as the brand, right? So you're going to talk about the brand. Some people are the crazy about the brand, means they always go for a brand. They don't, give me 1 second, they don't worry about the cost, right? Let's suppose you have a lot of money. So you always go and buy the iPhones because they are the crazy phone, or might be going to purchase Samsung high-end phones as well. But as a business, when you invest money or as a business owner, you always have to consider these all factor also. The product I'm going to purchase, the money I'm going to invest are really going to work for me or not. That's the most important thing. So you are going to evaluate your business requirement. Based on that, you are going to calculate which phone is going to be very helpful. So let's suppose you are the video editor, you have to do multitasking, and you have very good cost, right? Means you have to very good money, and you can afford might be the 2000 US dollar, right? Or might be the 1500 US dollar, might be the 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees. Then you can go and buy the phones. That's the iPhone or might be the Samsung. They have the very good phones available in the market. And based on that, you can do whatever work you want to do that. There is no problem at all. Makes sense? But if I don't have the money, then I have to start searching alternative. Means I can get the feature, I can get the stability, and even they can do the multitasking, but you cannot get the brand. Then you have to go either Nokia, might be the MI and Vivo phones. So this is how things is going to be happen. Means if you have the good money, then blindly go and choose the brand, right? Because every phone have the basic feature. Like what you're going to look like, you have the calling feature. That's the one. We have the camera, right? We have the very good processors who can just do multitasking. We have some kind of the smart feature, like they can do any kind of the next generation thing, like you can just do your office work, you can do like video shooting, video recording, video editing. So these features are going to be available in every smartphone because they are all known as the smartphones. But if you just consider the brand, you just want to worry about like your status, then you go for the iPhones, you have the money, because they are really very secure and the very reliable phones. Similarly, if I talk about the firewalls vendor are available in the market. So that's, you can take the FortiGate firewall, then you can take the Palo Alto firewall, then third you can take the Checkpoint firewall, and fourth you can take about the Cisco ASA firewall. So they are the vendors available. They all having a one common feature. These all firewall is known as a next generation firewall. Means all firewalls can do certain things, like they can analyze your layer 2 packet, layer 3 packet, layer 4 packet, layer 7 packet, and also they are going to analyze the content, that is your data. Means any firewall, if you're going to purchase, they are going to do the exactly same thing. So now the question is coming in mind, why should I go and choose the FortiGate? Why should I choose the Palo Alto? Why should Checkpoint? Why should the ASA? Then the second consideration is going to be here as a cost. Like this is the first, like all is going to be like, if you're just going to compare the phone terminology, then the first priority is the cost. Then they are going to see the stable, right? Which are the very stable. Then you are going to check the feature, what features they have. Then you are going to talk about after sale service. Means any product you are going to purchase, then how their knock or SOC support is going to be look like. In phone case, you are going to be have the service centers, right? So, and that is the fifth one is just taken as the brand value. So this consideration is going to be like, let's suppose I have one company and I want to just purchase any of the firewalls. So I'm going to talk these all considerations so I can get a very good deal and very good device to just protect my all network. So even you go and do some research. So as per the research, it's not done by me, it's done by the one of the Gartner Magic. Let me show you. You are going to find in the research, you are going to find the firewall in a market. There are three firewall as a leader: the FortiGate firewall, the Palo Alto firewall, and Checkpoint firewall. This is not done by me. This is something done by the Gartner Magic who done the research. So we have the lot of vendors available in the market. That's the FortiGate, that's the Palo Alto, that's the Checkpoint, Cisco, Alibaba, Juniper, Huawei. You can see Suppose, ForcePoint, Barracuda. So a lot of vendors are available, but these are the leader in the market because they have the very unique feature. Likewise, the phone. iPhone is a leader in the market. Samsung is leader in the market. So because everyone is a craze, because their products are very reliable, very sophisticated, they have the very good feature, very robust. Similar leaders are in the FortiGate, Palo Alto, and Checkpoint. Means if you are going to purchase any of this firewall, you are really going to be, very good feature, and it is going to save your all digital transactions. But out of these leaders, sometime FortiGate is going to be in top and sometime Palo Alto is going to be top. So either these two are going to be first or second. It's year to year, it's depend totally. Means which year, which firewall you're going to purchase. So every year rating has been changed, right? So it's quite old to 2020, but yes, I'll update the slide. But this rating is going to be changed. Sometime the Palo Alto is going to be top, sometime FortiGate is going to be top. And sometime, or I can say that every time the checkpoint is going to stay in the third, but it's still in the leader part. So that's why they have the very big brand value across the globe. So the first thing, brand values are very super for these firewalls. That's the very first thing you have to take in consideration. Any of the firewall. Now, if we talk about the features, almost all firewall having the same features. But some scenario, maybe the FortiGate is going to be very low cost with the great features. Some case Palo Alto is going to be high cost firewalls, but they also have some additional features. So FortiGate is quite popular in the Indian market because they are in the cost low firewalls. But Palo Alto Checkpoint is a very high cost firewall and they are very famous in the global market. So it's totally depend which market you are targeting. So you have the almost similar kind of demand in Palo Alto and FortiGate across the market. Once if you have these two firewall knowledge, then you are going to get very good jobs and you are going to get very good stable product. They have the very good features and they also have the very knock and support and SOC and support while after purchasing these firewalls. So you don't have to worry about anything and brand value is also there. But if I want to compare a little bit, so let me show you one more thing. I don't know it's available or not. So yeah, it is available. So you can see here, if I just try to show you some slides and you can see, this is the research done by the esecurityplanet.com. This is the one of the website. And in this scenario, if you just compare with the FortiGate and Palo Alto, right? So very worst thing, the value for money, FortiGate is very cheap for you. So it is going to require less money and you're going to get a good product. But Palo Alto is going to be costly. Security performance, the both have the same. Both have the almost implementation. Palo Alto interface is far better than the any other firewalls, but FortiGate is also very good. So you can see it's a very good and it's the best. Management, again, Palo Alto is leading here, but FortiGate is also not like below. Support, Palo Alto is leading, support a little bit low for this cloud feature. Both have the same. But every customer doesn't have the very good money. So they just go and purchase the firewall who have the lower cost. Almost same feature is available. Might be some complexities there for while doing the configuration. Might be they have some short of the management and the support issues, but still the product is very reliable. The product is very scalable and people are going to pay less amount. So that's why FortiGate have the very high demand in the market. If you compare to any other firewalls, FortiGate are always going to very high demand in the market. And that's why if the product have the very high demand in the market, then engineers demand is also going to be high. So if you have a chance and if you ask me which firewall is good for you, so I would suggest either you do the Palo Alto or you can go for the FortiGate. And if you're doing the both, then you are the very unique in the market. Okay, because they have the very unique feature, because these firewalls are almost having 60-70% market stake. Every customer using these firewalls. So once there is a high products available in the market, so high jobs are going to be available, and that's where we're going to get the more options. Guys, any question till here? Anyone have? Please let me know if anyone have any question in your mind. Everyone good? Give me thumbs up so I can understand you all are happy till now. So I can move to the next step. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me talk about the certifications. So if I talk about the certification plan of the FortiGate firewall, so earlier we have the different certifications. Like we have the very first certification that is known as the NSC 4. That is still available. This is the first certification. Then we're going to go for the NSC 5, and then you go for the NSC 7, 6 and 7, right? And then 8 as well. Rajkumar, you have any question, buddy?
Yeah, actually, what is the difference between these?
Okay, you're talking difference. I'll explain. Okay. I'll
Yeah.
explain. Yeah, definitely. I'll explain this certification. That's a good question. So if you want to become the FortiGate certified engineer, so that is known as you have to clear the exam as a FCP. This FCP is known as the Fortinet certified professional. So this is my FCP. Earlier, it was just a name as NSC 4 engineer, NSC 5 engineer, but now recently they have changed the certifications, right? In this certification, you have to clear 2 exams. One exam is going to be your NSC 4. That is basically known as Fortinet NSC 4 or 40 OS or 40 administrator. This is the exam name you are going to get there. Now, along with that, you have to select another elective exam that is known as the elective exam. Means there are lot of options available with you. Like you can just go with the 40 manager. Sorry. You can go for the, let me clear. This is the 40 manager, or you can go for the 40 analyzer. So let me put this a 40 analyzer, or you can go for the 40 authenticator, or might be the 40 switch. So these are the different modules available. You have to pass this exam. That's the first thing. This is known as the core exam. Okay. Along with that, if you want to become the FCP engineer, you have to clear any elective exam as well. So that is the optional. You can give any papers. Then you are going to become the FortiGate certified professional. The total exam cost is going to be 400 USD. Okay. So 200 USD you have to pay for this exam, and 200 USD you have to pay for this exam. So both exam is going to be covered by paying 200 USD. Then total amount of the money you have to pay as the 400 USD. Now let's talk which exam is going to useful for which scenario, right? So I can show you the roadmap, right? In this roadmap, if you go a little bit down, this is a table of content officially FortiGate. You can see we have the lot of exams. We have the fundamental exam. It's similar to NSC 1, NSC 2, and NSC 3 associate exam. So we are not going to target this exam. It's a free exam. You can give by your own. You can do the learning. But here the professional exam is going to be there. That's the FortiGate certified professional network security engineer. So let me go down and then we can just understand where this is the NSC 4 is going to become. Okay. This is the NSC 4. Earlier it was known as, and there is NSC 5, 6, sorry, 5, 6 is going to be there, and 7 is going to be there. Let me go down and show you. So this you don't have to do, like this is the fundamental certifications. Now here is the first exam. This is not relevant. This is cybersecurity. If you want to become a cybersecurity, then you have to do this one. This is about the, again, cybersecurity fundamentals. But if you want to become the 14.8 certified, one more thing, guys, if I am using the keyword the 14.8, there is a 2 word. One is the 14.8 and one is the FortiGate. So 14.8 is the company and this is the product. So this is the firewall product. So if I'm using the 14.8, or might be I'm going to use the FortiGate, the meaning is going to be same. One is the company brand name, one is the product name. Okay, it's clear. So if you want to become the FortiGate 14.8 certified professional in the security operations, this is not for you. This is for security operations. We have to go down. We are talking about the network security. Color was same, so I was a little bit confused. So this is the Fortinet Certified Professional, that is a FCP exam. In this, you have to clear the first core exam, which I was just talking earlier, the FortiGate Administrator, that is equivalent to NSC 4 exam or 40 AS exam. This you must have to clear, and you have to pay 200 US dollar for this one. Now you have an elective exam. These are the options available. Out of these options, you have to clear any exam. Then you're going to become the FortiGate certified professional. So you can go for the 40 clients, 40 managers, 40 analyzers, 40 administrator, 40 NAC, 40 switch, or wireless. So then you have to become the full certified engineer. That is for the equivalent to NSC 4 and some additional thing you're going to get. These are the code, exam code you can find it. There's no exam code for the administrator, but FortiGate immersions, you're going to get EMC administration, 40 manager, you're going to get. Similarly, if you go down, there are another exams, that is a public cloud security, that is not relevant for you. Then you have the OT security, that is not relevant for you. Here, security operation, you can do that, but it's just about the SOC operations. Now we have this exam. This is Fortinet Certified Solution Specialist, again for the network security. Then you have to do enterprise firewall. Same we are going to cover in the enterprise firewall, the same 40 AS, but along with that, you have to do the SD-WAN. That you have to do, then you are going to become the complete network security engineer at advanced level. Or might be the LAN switching, you have to know about that. Or might be you have to complete network security support engineer. So I would suggest just go with the SD-WAN with the enterprise firewall, then you are going to become the network security engineer. So this is how it is going to look like. And further, you have the solution specialist are there in public security. This is for the secure access service. This is SASE certification. This was GTNS certification, zero trust, right? This is cyber security, right? So a lot of things are here, but let me just show you a little bit. Let me go here.
Hello?
Yes, Rajkumar, please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, here network operations, security operations, and network security. These all comes under cybersecurity only.
Yes, it's part of the cyber security. So you can see here, whatever the course content we have, let me show you again. So here we have the cybersecurity expert. If you want to become, then this is for you, right? This is for if you want to become the SASE engineer, GTNA, right? Then this is for you. Public cloud security means you want to work on the public cloud like Azure, AWS, where the FortiGate is going to be deployed. That is for you, right? This is SASE. You want to SASE engineer, that is for you. This is for the network security, which I discussed. So this is more relevant for us, where we can learn SD-WAN and the firewalls. So there are two certification only valid for us. That is a Fortinet Certified Solution Specialist, Network Security. And second one we have is this one. That's the Fortinet Certified Professional Network Security. These two exams are like valid for us. But if I go try to compare, these are the fundamental exam. You can clear that. Earlier it was the fundamental. Now you have the NSC 4 that we are going to cover. NSC 4 is again more about that, uh, security of administration can do that NSC 5, NSC 6, but it was earlier you can do some part of these all three modules. And then you have to land in the SD-WAN advanced, again the security, network security. But now this is old things. This is not longer available in the market. You just have to follow this new blueprint, which is I'm showing right now. But as you can just take a relevance, earlier we have to do the different certification. Every certification have different course content. So basically NSC 4, NSC 5, NSC 6 we do together. Now it's part of the FCS, right? We don't have to do these three certification. If you want to become the advanced, then we have to do the NSC 7. For that, we have to do this exam. That's the very simple things we have to follow. That is the this one, Fortinet Certified Solution Specialist. Clear? Everyone clear? Any question, guys, about certification?
Okay, now we can directly write NSS 7. There
Uh,
is no NSS 4.
you can book this exam, right? But you have to learn
Yeah.
this. I would not suggest directly go there. I would suggest go first this FCP. Then you can just go for that advanced level thing. This is my recommendation, but there is no prerequisite as per this paper, right? So you can go and book that also. But if you have the good knowledge here, then you can go there. Now I have one questions here. Pratik is asking, so there are so many elective exam, which one you give preference? So see, if I am talking about this one, the NSA 7 equivalent exam, then definitely the firewall we are going to cover, entire enterprise firewall we are going to cover. That along with that, you have to do the SD-WAN. This is my preference, okay? Because they have the hot demand in the market. If you're doing the firewall plus SD-WAN, then you are going to equivalent to NSA 7 engineer. SD-WAN is not we are going to cover in this module. We have the separate session for that. Okay. Now, if you are trying to go for this FCP, then I would suggest, hold on.
Yeah, one question. Please.
Rajkumar, just give me 1 minute. I'll take your question. So here, if you want to go, so definitely you have to become the FortiGate administrator. There's a very little course available here. But along with that, I would suggest to go with the Forti manager. So you're going to learn the centralized management. Or if you have the switching environment, you can go and learn the switching as well. If you have the analyzers, you want to do the deep dive about the traffic, then also you can do that. So this is for the Pratik because he asked the question. So it's up to you. But what I feel, I just give the suggestion to you. Yes, Rajkumar, go ahead and ask your question, please.
Yeah, here if I have minimum knowledge on this firewall, can I go to SD-WAN?
Okay, so you're talking about you have the very minimum knowledge about the firewall and you want to do the SD-WAN.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Sir. Yeah.
I have one reverse question to you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
How much comfortable you in terms of the routing switching? Means if you're talking the routing, how much comfortable with the OSPF, BGP, data entry distribution, tagging? How much you comfortable?
That means I have this theoretical knowledge, this YouTube knowledge I have.
So I would suggest Rajkumar, before go and do the SD-WAN, right? I would suggest if you have really passion to become the SD-WAN, you just go with the advanced routing concept. This is my suggestion.
Yeah, I did
The
static
advanced
routing.
routing concept, at least you know how the static route is going to be configured, how
No, I did static routing in lab, but
TCP is going to look like, how the OSPF is going to be, at least basic configuration and distribution. Then you are going to good for the next step. There is no problem at all. Okay, Rajkumar?
yeah.
All right. Anyone have any other questions, guys?
Yeah, one more question.
Is Rajkumar, your voice is not very much clear. Can you adjust your mic? Your lot of hiccups is coming from your side, or might be it's not very much clear. Sahil, you have any questions? Ravi, Sahil, you understanding? You have anything you can
No,
ask?
sir. No, sir.
All good for you?
Yes, yes.
Satyam, you, Suraj, Tyagi?
Hello?
Yes, Rajkumar, please go ahead.
Is it clear? Yeah.
A bit better, bit better. Earlier it was very bad, but now it's a little bit better. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, actually, I worked on 200E, and
Good.
is the for FortiGate 200E model number.
Okay.
What is the difference between this next generation firewall and this? Any major differences are there?
Can you repeat again, Rajkumar? What is different between?
Yeah, I worked on FortiGate 200E. That is a normal UTM firewall.
Okay, okay, okay.
And now I can see that next generation firewalls are there with many options like that. Is it a very different thing or same options will be
Okay,
there?
so see, in my data set, 200E is not showing. They're showing the F generation. So I need to check about your model, right? But here 200F here. So let me just give the basic difference. What is the next generation firewall and what is the legacy firewall? So we have the two terms. One is the legacy firewall and one is the next generation firewall. So if I talk about the legacy firewall, right? And if I talk about the next generation firewall. So let me put here, let's suppose legacy firewall. This is the one. And if I talk about the next generation firewall. So now every firewall in the market that basically known as the next generation firewall. And earlier, the all firewall was a legacy firewall. So what is the key difference we have? Definitely we'll try to understand in upcoming lecture what is the next generation firewall, what is the legacy firewall. But if I want to just explain a simple word, so legacy firewall have the capability to inspect layer 2, layer 3, and layer 4. Means they can understand your MAC base inspection, they can do your IP base inspection, and they can do based on your port number inspection. But when I talk about the next generation firewall, they can do the layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer 7, some additional as well, additional, and then finally your payload, means the data which is going in the packet. So means every information of the packet is going to inspected by the your firewall, not only the layer 2, layer 3, and layer 4. This is your legacy firewall, and but now it's all about the next generation firewall. This is the basic difference, Rajkumar. So I need to check your firewall where it's belong to the next generation firewall or like normal legacy firewall. Okay.
Yeah, it's a basic firewall only, 200 E.
Okay. So that there is only basic inspection. You can just do layer 2 filtering, layer 3 filtering, and layer 4 filtering. Not more than that. Okay.
It works with the UTM.
Yeah, if they have the UTM, right? So UTM is basically going to give the advanced feature where you can do the application identification, signature matching, right? And also they can just do the your content inspection as well. So if UTM is already there, then it is going to be there. So you already use the unified threat management by external, or it's already inbuilt there?
With UTM only, it will be full, right?
So it's
Without
inbuilt in the
UTM,
firewall, because I'm not sure about that model. That's why I'm asking, because it's a E, right? So I need to check the data set. So if UTM license is there already inbuilt in the firewall, so that's similar to the next generation firewall, right? Because they can do the application signature matching, everything they can do that. Okay, Rajkumar. So primarily, when I explain this product matrix, so you understand what all is going to be happen and how it is going to be look like. You can see there are a lot of things are available. So I'll explain, right? What inspection they can do that. So for you also, I'll check your firewall data set and I'll just see what is the feature available in E series and what is the feature available in the F series. So we can do the side by side, like compare. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so moving next, guys. Any other question like Armagan, Devasis, Mohammed Safi, Pratik, Ram, Ravi, Sahil, Satyam, Suraj, Tyagi? Anyone have, guys, any question? Please let me know.
No, sir.
All good? Okay, very nice. So let's move further. Okay, and we discuss about the certification. We discuss about the why these leaders are available in the market. Now let's talk about a little bit history of the FortiGate firewall, because we are discussing the very basic concept. So you should know about what is the history of the FortiGate firewall. So as I mentioned, there is the company that is known as the Fortinet is the company, and their product is known as the FortiGate firewall. So this is the product and this is the company. So this company have the lot of product, and one of the product is the FortiGate, for which we are trying to do the learning today. So in short, you can see FortiGate or Fortinet, if I'm going to use the same word, that is the meaning is going to be same, but it's the one of the US based company. And earlier it was a cybersecurity company. Still it's fall under cybersecurity only. They're headquartered in the Sunnyvale in the California. The company developed the sales security solution, that's like firewalls, the endpoint, security and intrusion detection system. Fortinet has offices located all across the world. Like there is two brothers, Kenji and the Michael Z, founded the Fortinet in 2000, right? And this is the first company, and the main product was the FortiGate firewall, and that was the physical firewall. And later on, company added multiple products as well. So basically, in 2000, they founded the company, and then the first product they created, that is the FortiGate firewall. And after that, they keep adding the features and the other products in their list. So it's become a very popular, right? And now if I see right now in this company have the lot of product. Let me show you. This company have the lot of product. Like you can see, this company have the 40 analyzer, application delivery control, 40 ADC, 40 CNC, 40 Deceptor, email security, right? You have the 40 IOAPS, That's FortiCloud, FortiEDR, Ethernet switching, FortiGate Cloud Native Firewalls. So you can see a lot of things, FortiPolicy, FortiProxy, Sandbox, Secure SD-WAN, FortiSIM, FortiPortal, FortiTrust Identity, FortiTokens, Web Application Firewall, Wireless LAN Access, FortiToken, FortiVoice Solutions. A lot of things are available, right? So they have the multiple products you can see, and these products are going to be used for different use cases. So even you are going to use a FortiTokens, wireless solutions, SASE solutions, SIM solution, network testing, trust identity, web application firewall, that's the WAF also available. So out of this product, we are going to learn about the only firewalls which is going to help and protect our network. So now I hope you guys understand a little bit the product. Now coming back to the main definition of the firewall means, let's suppose I'm going to use any of the firewalls. It could be any of the firewall. It could be Cisco firewall, it could be Juniper firewall, it could be Palo Alto firewall, it could be FortiGate firewall. What is the basic principle of the firewall that we have to understand? Anyone know what is the basic principle of the firewall and why we use the firewall? Anyone want to define? Guys, anyone, what is the firewall and why we use the firewall?
To
Anyone
restrict
just try?
unauthorized access. To
Sorry.
restrict unauthorized access.
Yeah, very good. Restrict the unauthorized access. That's the very absolute answer. Any other guys? Why firewall is needed? Or what is the firewall and why do we need the firewall?
To inspect and filter the traffic going to and from your network.
That's very true. Thank you, Susan. Right. Thank you, Rajkumar. Anyone others? Any other definitions? Right? Why we need a firewall? Okay, so guys, if you just try to understand in the layman language about the firewalls, just think about the security checks. Means you are visiting any offices, you are visiting any kind of the public places. There are security officers available and they are going to make sure only those things are going to be allowed which are actually permitted inside of the that particular public place or might be that particular offices. Unauthorized things are going to be not allowed. So they will do the checks like they scan your body and they will try to think or try to check what inside of your body any prohibited item is not carrying inside of the body. And also they are going to check your belongings, means what kind of the like goods you are carrying, what kind of the other equipment you are carrying, that is going to be create a problem inside of the campus, inside of the building or inside of the public place. So they are going to do the scanning through the machines as well. So basically, before you entering any public places or before you going out from the public places, there are the physical security is going to be happen. Based on that physical security, they are going to check and they are going to make sure only those items or those person are going to be allowed who is basically eligible to go inside or might be the outside. So either you are coming in, then they are going to check, and you are going out, then they're going to check. In both of the scenario, right? What if someone have something unauthorized thing and he just trying to go out or in? Then they will simply stop and they will not allow. They will report as per the whatever the administrator have defined the rule and regulation. They will report or might be some action is going to happen on you. Similar thing means the firewall is one of the device. This device is going to be placed between your internal office, which is your LAN, right? And that your external connection, which is going toward the WAN. And that is known as the internet. So this firewall is just going to act as a security guard, right? And this is going to become a responsible any transitions that is a digital transitions, means digital packets that is going to be processed. Either they are going to allow or might they are going to block or might be they are going to give the alerts. they're going to do certain actions based on what configuration we're going to define that. So if I define what is the firewall, so a firewall is a network security device or a software. This could be the physical hardware, or it might be just going to be software. It could be anything. So this is going to be your physical hardware or software based this firewall. I'll show you what is in software based firewall. That having a responsibility, they are going to monitor and control your either incoming traffic from WAN to LAN, or might be outgoing traffic from LAN to WAN. So it's monitor and control your incoming and outgoing traffic. And based on that, they are going to take action whether I have to drop, I need to block, or I need to allow. So a firewall, basically a network security device, could be the physical device, could be the virtual device. They have the capability to monitor your incoming and outgoing packets, and whatever the predefined rule you are going to set up, the rule you are going to configure, based on that, it is going to act as a barrier from your LAN to WAN or WAN to LAN. Only those digital packets are going to be allowed which need to be allowed. Other are going to be blocked. That's the definition of the firewall. By using these firewalls, you're going to protect. The very first thing you are going to do that, you are going to protect against cyber attacks. What is the definition of cyber attack? Anyone know what is a cyber attack? Anyone know what is a cyber attack?
The attacks which happen digitally.
Sorry?
Attacks happen through digitally.
Yes, so cyber attack is nothing like they're going to be, do some different phishing activity. They're trying to use different technique, and based on that, they are going to get some, information from your side, and based on that information, they might be, get your email password. They are trying to get your PC password. They will lock your system. They will ask the money. They can destroy your information. That is a cyber attack. So if firewall is there, so attackers might be not going to manipulate the data, because firewall have the capability, especially the next generation firewall. They understand what kind of information you're sending and what information you're receiving and what kind of pattern hackers are trying to do that. So that's why they are going to protect any kind of the malwares. That's the bad thing, right? Malware is a bad thing. We'll discuss later. Any kind of the virus, we'll discuss later what is the virus, and any kind of the vulnerability. So hackers are keep trying that tactics to just, do attack on you. But if the firewall is going to there, they're going to protect you. Another thing, it is responsible to monitor and control network traffic. What is the network traffic? Anyone know what is the network traffic? How to define the network traffic? Anyone have any idea what is the network traffic, guys? Please let me know if you have any idea.
Yeah, inbound and outbound traffic, whatever.
Yeah, inbound and outbound traffic, we know that, but why we call network traffic? What does mean network traffic?
This to and fro, so many packets will be.
Yeah, so yeah, thanks, Rajkumar. So if I talk about network traffic, that means, let's suppose you have one PC, you sending this is the printer, right? So this is the PC. You're sending the command to print the page. So the traffic which is going through that cable, you have the source IP, destination IP, and the print command. That is a network traffic. This is the switch, right? And you're trying to telnet it. Means you're trying to talk to the switch. You want to SSH it. That is your network traffic. You are just going to access any website, right? You're doing the HTTP or HTTPS. That is a network traffic. Means any transitions you are doing through your computer to go any internet through any kind of destination, that's all is known as a network traffic. And network traffic is basically means any communication you are doing that. So monitor and control the traffic. Means whatever transition you're going to do that is going to monitor and control. And based on that, they're going to take an action. That's a network traffic. That's also responsibility of the firewall. So firewall is going to maintain, monitor and control every transition which is going to be processed by the firewall. And the third thing, very important thing in the firewall features we have, that is going to prevent unauthorized access. Means somebody sitting on the internet and they are trying to access my internal network, right? That's firewall having a responsibility based on the policy ACLs which is going to be configured. They are going to make sure any unauthorized action is not going to be there, and that is going to be protected by the firewall. So only authorized people are going to. Let's take an example. In office, you apply the access door card, you have the security person. Only those people are only allowed who have the company ID card, or might be they are authorized to go inside of the company. Other people are not allowed. So that this is how firewall is also going to do that. So it is going to enhance, right? Enhance your security, or might be it is going to enhance your privacy. It's going to like just follow the zero trust model. So what is the zero trust model? This zero trust model means everyone who is going to come inside my company, they have to prove their identity, then only are going to access anything. If they are failed to prove their identity, they are not going to allow to access anything in my company. That's why zero trust is going to happen. So that's why we require the firewall to just make sure every digital transitions which is happening through my network, that is going to be safe, or it's going to be aligned with the company policy. So you can see there is two word. One is the fire and one is the wall, right? So if I just like again describe the firewalls, so it's kind of the fire is here and the firewall is here, and only those packet is going to cross this this wall, this is the firewall, which have the right protection. If there is no right protection, you are going to be killed by the this wall, that's the firewall. So it is going to just kill you because you don't have the protection, so you cannot cross this wall. So if you have the protection, so you have the right authorized access, then you can just access this particular wall, you can cross the wall, else you are going to die within the wall. That's the feature of the firewall. Any question, guys? Or did you understand why firewall? What is a firewall? And why we need a firewall? Batao, everyone understand? Or somebody have any questions? Hello, guys. Please let me know, guys, if you have any questions.
No questions.
No.
All right, so this is just a beginning session. So from next lecture onward, we'll try to deploy the very new firewall, right? I have to show a lot of things, like I want to demonstrate how firewall is going to look like, how we can just define the FortiGate firewall, what are different ports, but probably we'll discuss in next class. So meanwhile, just we are going to close this session here and we'll meet in the next class. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for joining this.